If you're following Depp and Heard, I'm sure you know they've both got their sides of the fandom. Now, one thing I say is that the Johnny fans are a little more tasteful in general. Now, there are some bad apples on the Johnny side, I'm sure. There's like 40 million of them. But I always see the worst things on the Amber side. Now, maybe I'm getting it wrong here, but you could let me know about that if you think I'm getting it wrong. So, not too long ago, there was a submarine mission called the Titan that went very bad. I'm sure you guys all know about it. It was huge news. I considered covering it, but I had complex feelings on the issue, and it didn't fit the channel very well. But let's just say it was a tragedy. The people lost their lives, and it's not something you joke about right away. Now, they say time plus tragedy equals comedy. So, 20 years from now, 15 years from now, hey, maybe 10 years from now, jokes about it will be a little bit more acceptable, something like that. But these Little Miss Mera fans seem to say something now. This person says she could have saved the Titanic submersible, which is obviously the Titan, the one that went down to explore the wreckage of the Titanic. There's nothing else that this person could be talking about. I don't even exactly know what this person's implying here and why, but they're definitely using the tragedy that just happened as a foundation for this, mentioning Mera. I will say this is not unique. I did see jokes going around even that week, even that day people found out, unfortunately, but two wrongs don't make a right. This just seems a little quick. So you would say to people who are upset about this, it hit home, maybe even they knew someone distantly on the thing, well, Mera could have saved it. Sounds a little weird. But like I said, you could be the judge too. And this person then continues by saying with ease. It looks like a tweet added onto a tweet, meaning Mera could have easily saved the submersible that tragically went down. And the person below says, that's true, too bad she wasn't alive in the 1912. I think that person's confused because over here on the original tweet it says Titanic submersible. This person maybe thought that the original post meant Amber could have saved the Titanic. Or I should say, Mera could have saved the Titanic. An understandable error. Let's keep going. And the same person posts this about Johnny Depp. Once again, I don't quite get it. I guess I'm getting old for these kind of buzzwords or these kind of jokes. It says I'm dead with Johnny next to what I guess are supposed to be people from the past who aren't alive anymore or something like that. I just don't get it. What does that mean? Johnny's successful. In a new movie doing good? Musical tours? Dior? So what does that mean? Okay. And she retweeted this, which was kind of odd because this is one of the best things Johnny said in a long time, actually, about how society now is playing follow the leader and you can't be your own person. And he's saying he wants to be his own person, obviously influencing other people to think that way too. So, what's to make fun of here? That's a great thing to say to anybody. In what way does he not fit the mold? Right, because he was saying in so many words that he's not the typical person that fits in the mold of following the crowd. Well, let's say one thing to start. He's probably the biggest movie star who's also a rock star in the world. There are other movie stars that have bands, but not to the level of Johnny. He's actually totally unique like that. Keanu Reeves had a band, Dog Star, but very small run. Not many people know so much about it. He doesn't brag about it and doesn't play with other professional musicians. He just plays with his own band. I remember some other musicians, things like that, actors who have bands. But if you get my drift, Johnny's unique. No one on his level has a band on that level. So that's one. He also does art. That's a nice thing in the mix. I mean, I just think he qualifies as someone who doesn't fit the typical mold. And good on Gina Carano for tweeting this. There you go. Thank you, Gina. Anyway, wanted to point this out here. Let me know what you think. Am I getting it wrong? Is it just a ha-ha, funny thing I'm making a big deal about? Or is it a little distasteful and too early to say this about that tragic event? If you're not subscribed here, consider it. If you don't, I'll be real sad about it. But I'll get over it, make a new video. See you next time.